Back in business. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the health commentary. Welcome back to Greens for Keens. A little bit about me. I'm a little youngin', and I am obsessed with health and wellness, and I love to do research on my free time, so I thought I'd start a YouTube channel where we talk about health and wellness and make it fun for the kids. It should be cool. Wellness is cool. It's really cool. Anyhow, today we are talking about this supplement that I like to call TRIPHALA. It is not I like to call, they like to call, obviously, too. Great for your GI tract, as we will jump into. And I've been popping these babies for a while. Fun fact, I have a little history with this guy, and I just wanted to do research and find out more what's about this. Hello, my suitcase. I'm not going anywhere. Just haven't put it away. Okay, well, when I was younger, I went to an Ayurvedic doctor, and my mom and I, long story short, went on a trip to Guatemala and got parasites. What a fun time. And this Ayurvedic doctor told us to start taking these on the daily, which I feel like it was helpful, but it didn't eradicate the issue, if you know what I'm saying, fully. But it was good for cleansing, and I guess that was his reasoning why we should have taken it. So that's my history, and I haven't taken it for a while, and then this year I kind of was like, TRIPHALA! I remember this stuff, and I heard people on social media mention it, so that's the PSA before we get started into the educational area of TRIPHALA. I am not a licensed doctor. I am not a freaking scientist. I am literally just early 20s gal that loves health and wants to educate people on health and make it fun. So that's me. And if you want to listen, you can, but don't take my words for, doctor educated. So, TRIPHALA was brought to this earth in Ayurvedic medicine, so Ayurveda, and it's a 3,000-year-old practice based in India, and in Sanskrit, it means knowledge of life or the science of perfect health. And so it's this traditional medicine system in India to bring your health, mind, soul to complete unity, I guess. So, TRIPHALA, it means three fruits in the Sanskrit language, broken down, and because it's made of three fruits. Isn't that crazy? And it's been in Ayurveda for 1,000 years. These are all from journals that I looked up. And so these three fruits are better taken together than separately. So that's why they composed this concoction. So it has amalaki, the first fruit, and it's also known as Indian gooseberry, or you may have heard of amla, and it's very high in vitamin C and antioxidants and polyphenols. And it's funny that TRIPHALA is known to help with your constipation because, we're going to be talking about constipation here. Because vitamin C is supposed to kind of help get things moving. So, amala in here, high in vitamin C. And then amala also helps reduce inflammation, regulate blood glucose, and is rich in antioxidants. And then the other fruit is haritaki, which supports liver and GI health and is also high in antioxidants. And then the last fruit is bibithaki, and it's a mild laxative, and it cleanses the colon, detoxes the body. And so TRIPHALA as a whole, from my research, is known to be helpful for appetite stimulation, reduction of hyperacidity, it's antioxidants, obviously, anti-inflammatory, immunomodulating, antibacterial, anti-mutagenic, apoptogenic, hypoglycemic, chemoprotective. Anyway, you get the point. So it's lots of antioxidants, which equals it's anti-inflammatory. So the polyphenols in here, like the fruit compounds, is supposed to help modulate the gut microbiome and thereby promote beneficial bifidobacteria and lactobacillus, which are type of gut bacteria, while inhibiting the growth of undesirable gut microbes. And it's crazy because I was reading up and it was talking about this guy named Chirag, and he's apparently an educator for Ayurveda back in the day, and he said that taking TRIPHALA with honey and ghee daily, it would give someone the potential of living for 100 years and devoid of old age and diseases. So catch me making a dessert sweet potato with TRIPHALA, honey, and ghee. Let's make it a trend. So yeah, TRIPHALA helps promote proper digestion and absorption of food. And they said that TRIPHALA should be taken on an empty stomach or like at night before bed or in the morning. So kind of like a probiotic, I guess. So must have some same benefits as probiotics. So when I was researching TRIPHALA and like the studies that they had and trials about how this affects people or creatures, a lot of the studies were only done on rodents or in vitro, so taking, I guess, human cells. And they found like lots of benefits from these rodents, but I guess there isn't enough studies to show that there's proven health benefits on people, unless you just personally take it and feel better. But let's talk about some of those studies. Oh, baby. There was one study where TRIPHALA in rats helped replenish depleted protein in the intestinal tract, as well as glutathione, which another important thing in the gut, and it exerted a gastroprotective effect on stress-induced ulcer in the gut. There was also a study with TRIPHALA and how it prevented noise-induced stress for rats, and it did this by preventing noise-induced metabolic changes by mediating the antioxidant and cell-mediating immune response. As we know, it has antioxidant properties, as this will be a common theme. There was also some studies about glucose regulation, which is something I've been really getting into lately, and how TRIPHALA may work similarly to diabetic pharmaceuticals by inhibiting digestive enzymes and may decrease absorption of glucose through inhibition of glycolytic enzymes, therefore reducing blood glucose levels. There was actually a study on non-insulin dependent diabetes patients, and they found that taking 5 milligrams of TRIPHALA a day helped reduce their blood glucose levels. So after 45 days. So crazy. It also is supposed to help the there's so many big words. It's also supposed to help the inhibition of glycation enzymes. Glycation in the blood, where there's risen glucose levels, can actually cause a lot of damage on the body. So I guess TRIPHALA can help mitigate this high glucose level overall. It was really interesting because there was a lot of studies that I found with TRIPHALA and oral bacteria. So they compared TRIPHALA as like a mouthwash versus a germicidal mouthwash, like a actual used antibacterial mouthwash, and they found that TRIPHALA mouthwash was equally effective to reducing plaque and increasing gingival health after 9 months, and this was like for a randomized human trial, so take it as you will, but that's very interesting. There was studies that showed that TRIPHALA reduced radiation damage on the DNA and how it can be preventative against oxidation damage. If it's an antioxidant, then of course it's going to be protective against oxidation and treating inflammation in general. There was a study that TRIPHALA significantly reduced inflammatory markers in rats, as well as bone and cartilage degradation, because these rats were arthritic. So lastly, the last study we'll talk about and go over is there was like this trial run on humans to see if TRIPHALA would help with constipation, which that's, you know, a big thing that it's supposed to help with, keeping things moving. And they had 31 pretty well healthy people, but they had constipation in this trial. And they like compared their excretion at the start versus the end. But they didn't just take TRIPHALA, they also took like psyllium husk and senna extract, and they showed increased movement over the time span. They like checked after 14 days, 7 days, 21 days. And there was increased bowel frequency, but then the movements decreased after like 3 weeks. But it's just weird because it wasn't just TRIPHALA, so we don't know if just TRIPHALA does the trick. But it doesn't hurt to try it yourself. I'm not telling you to take this because I feel like I'm not authorized to tell people to take like the supplement, but I don't think it's honestly that harmful because it is based on fruit. It's just fruit. So yeah, people, I just wanted to tell you about TRIPHALA and how it's GI supportive, and I've been taking it on the daily, just popping these babies, and hopefully you learned something fun. I hope to see you again soon and talk about health again. I'm drinking some water with oil of oregano. I don't really know why. I just had this still, and it's supposed to be really good for antibacterial properties, and I've been feeling a little sore in the throat, so hopefully this helps. I hope you have a fire day, that it's fantastic, and that you can just kick into your wellness grind. If it means going on a walk, if it means eating a balanced meal, that's huge, or getting some sunlight, baby. It's almost spring. It is spring. Oh my gosh, halfway through April. Okay. Subscribe.